Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know if I was gonna do therapy stuff today. I did just want to mention. I finally told my therapist about this. I felt kind of like I was never gonna mention it, but for some reason this week I did. I said, well, I kind of do a YouTube thing where I talk and play video games, and she didn't. She didn't actually understand what I was talking about. I had to explain it a little bit. She still didn't really get it, which was interesting because I thought she would. I guess I thought everybody kind of knew what YouTube was, but it seemed like she never even heard of YouTube. Which I guess is good, right? I don't really want her to watch this. But that was it. Why did I do that? Well, speaking of Hamilton, I was thinking about George Washington. And the president, I don't know. I've talked about political stuff before, and I don't know if I do a good job with it, but I'm going to try again. Sorry. Ugh. The coffee was good today. I guess I understand why people like it. I think everybody kind of agrees with this. I don't know. I always say that. It's probably not true, but the president really shouldn't have that much power, but he should. Maybe I will contradict myself a little bit here, but the president should just be a good leader. But I don't think he should really have too much power. I think he should have less than he does right now. I feel like I would say that no matter who's president, too. Because George Washington was a good leader. But he didn't know anything about policy stuff. I mean, he was a general. He didn't know about what the country should. He knew how to lead. He was smart. And the biggest thing he ever did was that he quit after 2 terms, which I think up to that point nobody had ever done before. Don't fact check me on that, but I don't think anybody had ever run a country and then said, well, I'm done, and then just retired. I don't think that had ever happened before. So he was a good leader because he knew that that's what the country needed. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't think the president has to be smart or know about policy stuff. And, cutscene.
Alright, coast looks clear.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Alright, check this out. She's one of them.
Well, fuck her then.
Read the letter.
Jordan. Isaac's got us posted up on a 2-week at the TV station. Scars spotted in the area. Here's something to hold you over, Leah.
TV station.
You think she's still there?
We gotta find out, right?
So... spy all these tall buildings. That way.
Okay. Let's go get Leah.
I'm gonna say something people might not like, but I don't really like Dina's character. I don't think she's very interesting. I don't know. I don't feel like she's a good match against Ellie's character. That's like a gut feeling. I don't know. I don't know if I can really articulate why yet. Maybe I'll talk about it more later, but
You good?
I don't really like her character. Sorry.
Thought I was fucked back there.
What was I talking about?
Thanks for the save, by the way.
So when I say that I think the president doesn't have to be smart or know about policy stuff,
Those are the wolves.
you might think like, whoa, maybe you're endorsing
Yeah, they are.
the current president, right? Because
Did you think
he's
of
not smart and he doesn't know about policy stuff.
Said this was a possibility.
Does that change anything for you?
But I don't think so. Well, what I'm saying is he needs to be a good leader, and I don't think the current president is a good leader. Personally,
Patrols. There were a bunch trying to
I think
sneak me out.
he's, what did I write?
How many?
I think he's cowardly
Has to, but
and over emotional and stokes fear.
Once they realize we're out of the school,
killed their fucking
I don't think
friends.
that those are things that
be
good
out
leaders do.
for us.
I don't know anything about policy. I don't know what's the best economic policy or how we should be handling everything.
These people are not like us.
I just don't think the current president's a good leader.
What if we, I don't know, had intel they needed?
So I don't think he should be
Someone would care
president
about
next
that.
time. I've come around to the fact that, okay, he's not going to be impeached. I guess when he first got elected, I did think, well, we got to impeach him because what's going to happen next time? Rule of law, whatever. But I don't know. As long as we can vote, as long as the elections are okay. I know last time Russia was doing stuff. I know it's bad, but we'll just vote him out next time. And then if we don't, he's gone in 4 more years. 8 years. That's the limit. That's the limit. I mean, 8 years is a long time, and you just got to deal with it. I don't know.
Dina, fresh blood. I'm ready.
This is something I remember not liking. They give you this power that you can see through walls and stuff. But there are people upstairs. Spoiler, there are enemies upstairs. Well, I can't see them. Why can't I see them? Doesn't make much sense, does it? He's gonna be like right here. I think. I forget. Is it this guy? I don't remember. Oh, there he is. See? That doesn't make sense.
Got him?
Yeah,
I honestly think they don't need. I don't know. I don't think they need to give you this power.
same.
I was playing the game and I was thinking, I don't know. I don't think I need it. I remember Neil Druckmann talking about it before, and he was saying, yeah, we know it takes away a little bit from the realism of, being able to see through walls and stuff, but we think it's really necessary to enjoy the game, and we're trying to balance that gameplay and the realism thing. Oh, I forgot I had that gun. Whoops. But Neil, if you're watching, I know you're watching. I don't know. I'm sure they play tested it 1 billion times without the thing, and people were getting annoyed. Oh, I can't play this game. I gotta see through the walls, but I don't think I needed it. There's something up here. That wasn't a very good political note, was it? That wasn't very interesting. Well, the whole point of that was somehow the president needs less power. I think most people agree with that. It's weird. The president does the executive branch is the least powerful branch of the government, but it is 1/3 of the government. And the president basically just picks his cabinet members, and he even picks judges and stuff. He has a lot of power. He can sign executive orders, which sometimes they have an effect on things. They don't have as much power as a bill, obviously, but they do. They can affect stuff with executive orders. I don't know. I don't think the system's perfect, but, well, it's interesting. I didn't know this. I'm a bad American, I guess. I guess I knew it at one point, but from 1776 until like 1790, a long time, like 14 years or something, the Constitution wasn't ratified. The law of the land was the Articles of Confederation.
I don't know.
And I was looking at the Articles of Confederation, and it was pretty bare. There wasn't a lot in there.
Maybe.
And I was thinking, if the country was built around these Articles of Confederation,
Could be that you just
it would be a lot
weren't who they
shakier.
were.
I don't know if we'd have...
So they let you go.
It would be as good of a
Oh,
country
they
as it
beat
is
the
now.
shit out of us. The one guy, Jordan, kicked my face in.
Yeah, but why do you think that they didn't finish
It doesn't matter. They fucked up.
Okay, that was an important conversation. Why do you think that they didn't finish the job? Just put that in your emotional memory for later. And Ellie's response is important too. They messed up.
We,
They should have killed me.
Was she the
Mhm.
one? She the one with the braid?
no. Only thing I remember about her was the sound of her crying over that sadistic fuck's face when I sliced him open.
So, how do you want to handle her?
Find out what she knows. Find out where the others are. Go from there.
I am not throwing away my shot.
Ask her what-
Okay, I was talking about Articles of Confederation.
Any of this jogging memories of stuff Joel said about his past?
These are good conversations. I don't know if I really want to talk
Nothing
over
new.
them.
What are the chances he did stuff that you don't know about?
Hi. He wasn't very big on sharing.
I wonder what
I have to-
Tommy's making of all
Okay, stop talking. I have to think for a second. Sorry. Oh, well, I guess actually watching Hamilton,
this.
it's made me a little bit more
Probably know
interested in
about all the people Joel crossed.
history. Well, I mentioned I read that 1776 book, and I like that. I read that last year, I think. But the Revolutionary War, the book about 1776 just chronicles that year, 1776, but the war is like 4 years long, so basically that entire year is just George Washington retreating from New York to Philadelphia, and he pretty much loses every battle, and he just keeps retreating. Then eventually, I guess he must start winning, but it's not in the book, and I don't know what happens. So I would like to know a little bit. I would like to know a little bit more about like Alexander Hamilton and these Federalist Papers that he wrote. From what I understand,
I can still kind of see the buildings.
the original Articles of Confederation
Let's see.
didn't set so many rules because they wanted the states to set the rules. They didn't want an overarching federal government saying, you have to do this and you have to do this. They wanted to be like a collection of states and colonies, United States. We're all doing our own thing. And I think Hamilton was like, we need a stronger federal government. And that's what the Federalist Papers were about. I don't know if any of this is true, but I do kind of want to read these Federalist Papers. Sounds interesting. I don't think I ever have read them. I guess the Constitution strengthened the federal government more than the Articles of Confederation. and Alexander Hamilton was defending the Constitution in the Federalist Papers because people were saying, "Whoa, we don't want this Constitution because there's too many rules." But I think I kind of agree with Alexander Hamilton from the little I know. But I don't know. I think the counterpoint to Hamilton was Thomas Jefferson, who was this big agriculture guy and states' rights guy, and thought that the states should be. Oops, what's happening? Can you see me? Should I try to grab this guy, or well, let's see what happens. You can always restart, right? Okay, let's restart. There's a lot more people. I think I can sneak by. I am not throwing away my shot. Oh, I didn't know I could go up here. Oh, there's a guy up here. I don't know. Am I doing a good job today? Okay. The Federalist Papers. I'm sure they're going to be hard to read. Ugh. Because Alexander Hamilton's smart and I can't understand smart people, but... Oh, I had a note about that. Do I have time? The reason why we don't talk fancy talk anymore is because I had this idea. So, in Alexander Hamilton times, people used to write really fancy, and they were very well educated, and they used to write, I don't know, read anything from that time period is like very well written, very well thought out, and they use all this flowery language. And then you read something from today, even like if President Obama had written something, it wouldn't be as fancy as something as like Alexander Hamilton had written. Why is that? Obama's smart. He's as well educated as Hamilton was. My idea is that it's because businessmen run the world now, and not politicians or royalty like there used to be. Capitalism runs the world. Businessmen run the world. Businessmen own politicians. They can lobby and get them to do what they want with money. I'll just go past those guys. And what's the big thing in business is, well, fancy language is a waste of time in business. All that matters is productivity. Doing things faster, getting things done, brevity of information, saying things in a short time because you have to keep working. The way you get ahead in business is productivity. Doing things faster, doing things better, having less workers, spending less money. So if, let's say, your plant manager wasn't doing what they were supposed to, would you spend a day writing a letter about everything they were doing wrong? No, because that would be a waste of time. You'd have all this stuff to do. You can still say, you can still be succinct in a smart way, I guess. But communication is just different. It's not about sounding important, and the negative connotation would be like pompous. People don't really talk that way anymore because that's not what gets the job done. That's not what that's not what gives you power. People, if you start talking like that, people aren't going to respect you, because you wouldn't have, if you're that talking that way, you won't get ahead. You'll be behind. People might respect you, but you're not going to be in a position of power because you can't get ahead. In business, it is a little bit weird that they don't do that anymore in politics. And part of that might have to do with just because everybody can vote now. So that's a negative way to look at it, but just you do have to kind of appeal to the lowest common denominator, or just like the mean intelligence. Because if you do start talking fancy talk, people are going to be like, "Whoa, I don't get this guy, man." The average Joe isn't going to vote for you. Maybe that's part of it. Where are they? I don't know. Let's just go down here. Did that make sense? Stop talking all that fancy talk. Oop. Part of me wishes that politicians would sound a little bit smarter than they sound. I mean, could you imagine Donald Trump writing the Federalist Papers? Oh, she's gonna see me. Where the heck do I go? I doubt Donald Trump could even read the Federalist Papers and understand it. Very federal, very papers. The most federalist papers. I love the papers. I read them. They were so federal. They were very papery. Oh. Nothing to see here. Let's get to the roof. I'm pretty sure you can get past these guys without killing them, because there's a lot of them. You'll waste a lot of ammo. I'm not. This isn't as much of a gripe with me, but they do tell you that, well, some areas you can get through them without fighting any enemies, or minimal enemies. But it's impossible to know that until you get to the end. So, I don't. Oh, you can see my light. I don't know if that's a game flaw. Like, shouldn't you know? I guess not. Because it happened to me a couple times where you get to the end that you think is the end, but you can't go forward. So you think, oh no, do I have to kill everybody? Or maybe maybe this isn't the end. Maybe the end is somewhere else. It's confusing. I don't know. I am not throwing away my shot. Only 14, but my mind is older. Sorry, I'll stop. I don't know. There's parts of those songs that are kind of like make you cringe a little bit. I'll try to think of another one. I remember, I talked about in my shot where he goes. Part of it is just like 30 seconds of them just going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is that there? I don't want that. Oh, they do that too in the King George song, but it's a little bit better. Where at the end of the King George song, he's like, ba ba da ba ba. It's kind of goofy, but it's meant to be weird, because King George is like I don't know. I like his character. I like the portrayal of King George as like this very foppish person. Oh, I went way over today. Whoops. That was like 25 minutes. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.